G'day guys, guys, locomotive enthusiasts around the world. My name is the Godfather of the Rails, and we welcome you to GFYS Gaming Australia, where action is pleasure, simulation is key for the latest Train Sim World 2 information update for Rush Hour's Boston Sprinter, arriving on Thursday the 19th of August 2021 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC Steam. The PC Steam version will be releasing early hours Friday morning in the Australian time zone, folks, as it is a worldwide release for the PC version. But the console version here in Australia releases around 9 hours before the UK and a few hours more than the USA. So GFYS Gaming Australia is going to be the first YouTube channel in the world to bring you the official launch of the Boston Sprinter with a live stream launch around 12:20 a.m. Sydney, Australia time zone, 3:20 p.m. UK time zone, 4:20 p.m. Germany time zone, and around 10:20 a.m. Boston, USA time zone. For you guys, it will from the UK, Germany, and the USA, it will be the Wednesday still, but for the 18th. Here in Australia, it will be releasing at midnight on Thursday the 19th. For the console versions of the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series S and X, and the PS5. And we are doing the PS5 version, and we cannot wait to give you the gameplay. We're going to have a massive, over 4-hour live stream of the Boston Sprinter launch here at GFYS Gaming Australia, and we cannot wait to share the gameplay with you guys. Alright, so we're going to bring to you some more information here in regards to and new photos, and all what we've got here is a package of all the photos that have been shown so far. It's not just the latest screenshots that we've gotten over the last recent hours, but it is also some of the screenshots that we received last week and previously. So let's have a look at these screenshots here right now as we listen to this amazing information for the Boston Sprinter.
With the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour Boston Sprinter route, you'll climb aboard Amtrak's state-of-the-art Siemens ACS64 City Sprinter Electric, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority's modernized DMDF40PH3C diesel, and MBTA's Messerschmitt Bölkow Blohm, MBB, veteran CTC3 cab car to hustle passengers over the bustling Northeast Corridor between Boston South Station and Providence Station. Let's take a closer look at each of these three types of distinctive equipment, which range from ultra-modern to vintage. Amtrak's Siemens ACS64 City Sprinter. Amtrak's now classic EMD/EM7 served for 3 decades, but all good things must come to an end, and in October 2010 Amtrak placed orders for its next generation of electrics to power Northeast Corridor, Boston, New York, Washington, and Keystone Corridor, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, trains. The locomotive chosen would come from Siemens Mobility, a subsidiary of Siemens AG of Germany, and was designed based on the successful Euro Sprinter. Amtrak's new electrics were given the designation ACS64 and the name City Sprinter. Amtrak's ACS64 features a monocoque body and double cab design, weighs in at approximately 215,000 pounds, rides on 4-axle BB trucks, and produces 8,320 maximum horsepower. The 64 in its designation references its 6,400 kilowatts output. The ACS64 can operate on each of the Northeast Corridor's 3 AC voltages, including the 25 kV at 60 Hz of the section between Boston and New Haven. Although design capable of 135 miles per hour, the ACS64 is classified for 125 mile/hour operations on the corridor. Amtrak's first ACS64, number 600, formally entered service at Boston on February 7, 2014, and by August 2016 Amtrak placed 70 of the potent and stylish electrics in service. Thus the ACS64 became the standard bearer of Amtrak's conventional train services throughout the Northeast Corridor. Joining the ACS64 for Amtrak intercity passenger duty on the upcoming Boston Sprinter Train Sim World 2 route will be Amtrak Amfleet iCoach and Cafe Car. MBTA Electromotive MPI F40PH3C. To American railroad enthusiasts, the long-lived and successful electromotive F40PH family needs little introduction. In May 1975, Amtrak ordered 30 EMD 3,000 horsepower F40PH diesels, originally intended for use on the carrier's short-haul routes. The problems, and subsequent early retirement, of Amtrak's ill-fated Burley EMD STP-40F diesels changed all that, and the F40PH instead became the versatile national workhorse of Amtrak's diesel fleet, with the passenger railroad acquiring 210 F40PHs from EMD. The F40PH also quickly proved itself an exemplary commuter locomotive. Chicago's Metro was the first buyer of the F40PH for commuter duties, and other roads followed, including MBTA, which acquired 18 units in 1978-80. EMD's F40PH, while destined to achieve landmark locomotive status, did have one liability: its HEP generator was geared directly to the locomotive's 645 series prime mover, and to provide heat and lighting to its train, the engine had to operate at near full throttle. As a result, fuel consumption, engine wear, and noise were excessive. The solution, first introduced at the instigation of MBTA, was to add a separate small diesel power plant to the locomotive to handle HEP requirements, thus allowing the main power plant to throttle down whenever feasible. Enter the F40PH2C. Extended 8 feet in length compared to a standard F40PH to accommodate a Cummins auxiliary diesel, the newcomer hit the rails in 1987-88 as MBTA placed 26 units in service. By the end of the 1980s, with EMD wishing to focus on its new 710-powered F59PH, and then its F59Phi successor of 1994, several commuter operators chose instead to have locomotive remanufacturer and builder Motive Power Incorporated, formerly Morrison Knudsen, both construct new F40PH2C models and rebuild older standard units with auxiliary engines for HEP. Both Cummins and Caterpillar diesels have been employed for HEP power. Among the commuter operators choosing this path was again MBTA, which as early as 1994 began cycling its older F40PHs through rebuilding programs at Bombardier and MPI. Indeed, today MBTA has an active program with MPI to convert its F40PH2CS to F40PH3CS. This -3 program includes mechanical revitalization and installation of the latest electronic control systems and new wiring, and is expected to extend the life of the locomotives for another 2 decades. The rebuilt F40PH3 diesels are exceptionally stylish, wearing MBTA's vibrant purple, silver, and black livery with a robust A logo on the car body sides. MBTA Messerschmitt Bölkow Blohm, MBB. CTC3 cab car. Although primarily an aviation and aerospace manufacturer, Germany's MBB dabbled in rail equipment construction, perhaps most notably via its role with the DB Class 420 EMU and ICE-1. In 1986-88, MBB built and delivered to MBTA a group of 33 BTC3 class coaches. In MBTA terminology, the B stands for blind, or not cab control equipped, and 34 CTC3 cabin control equipped cars. Stretching 85 feet in length, the cars accommodated between 88 and 96 passengers, pending restroom arrangement. 10 of the CTC3 cars were subsequently converted to BTC3 coaches, and over the years, the MBB cars could be found covering both northside duties, services out of Boston North Station, and southside schedules, services from Boston South Station. Joining the cab-equipped CTC3 on the Boston-Providence route will be the standard BTC3 coach. The train Some World 2, rush hour edition of the Boston-Providence route will soon bring the vitality of this extraordinary rail line to full, entertaining, and challenging life. All the grand locations of the route, Boston's South and Back Bay stations, Cove Interlocking, Amtrak's sprawling and modern Southampton Street Maintenance Facility, Forest Hills, Reedville, Canton Junction, and Viaduct, Mansfield, East Junction, Providence Station, and more, are being expertly recreated. and the Amtrak ACS-64 and MBTA EMDF 40PH3C and CTC3 cab cars each have been meticulously researched and beautifully modeled to provide you with an authentic, realistic, and enjoyable experience at the controls. The ACS-64 will put you at the throttle of America's modern electric workhorse. The F40PH3C will provide the challenges of operating a landmark locomotive that's been updated to contemporary specification, and the veteran CTC3 cars will provide the experience of operating with the relatively uncomplicated but efficient control systems of cab cars built several decades ago. Get ready to climb aboard on the corridor. The upcoming Train Sim World 2, Rush Hour Boston Sprinter route will put you at the throttle of electric, diesel, and cab car equipment. Amtrak's Siemens ACS-64 City Sprinter, above, features a monocoque body and double cab design, weighs in at approximately 215,000 pounds, rides on 4-axle, BB, trucks, and produces 8,320 maximum. Aboard the state-of-the-art electric, you'll work from modern console-style controls, below. Dating back to 1978, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, MBTA, has called on electromotive F40PH family locomotives to power its commuter trains, and on the Train Sim World 2 Boston Sprinter route you'll take the throttle of MBTA's latest version of the landmark locomotive, the EMD/MPI F40PH3C, above, which features a traditional engineer's control stand, below. Enabling MBTA push-pull operations on the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Boston Sprinter route will be the commuter carrier's veteran Messerschmitt Bölkow Blohm, MBB, CTC3 cab car, above, aboard which you'll handle the car's relatively simple but efficient controls, below. Joining the MBTA CTC3 cab car for operations on the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Boston Sprinter route will be its sister MBB BTC3 coach, above, while Amtrak passengers will climb aboard classic Amfleet Cafe and coach cars, below. Aboard Amtrak's magnificent ACS-64, you'll experience everything from the bustle of urban railroading to high-speed, 125-mile-per-hour running. On a snowy winter day, Amtrak ACS-64 614 is arriving at historic Boston South Station, above, while on a fine summer afternoon, Amtrak ACS-64 639 hustles the Northeast Regional Train through Forest Hills, below. MBTA's single-track and scenic Stoughton branch is included in the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Boston Sprinter route and brings yet another memorable experience to the line. MBTA CTC3 cab car 1527 is leading a Boston-bound train on the branch at Canton Center, above, while F40PH3C 1073 provides the power from the rear of the train, below. The railroading action is intense at Hyde Park as a MBTA express commuter overtakes a local train preparing to make its station stop, above. And at historic Canton Viaduct, Amtrak ACS-64 603 has a Boston-bound intercity train on the move, below. Get ready to climb aboard on the corridor, with the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Boston Sprinter route.
Well, there we go with a lot of information just there, folks, and absolute mouthful to take in. It is absolutely stunning. I've been looking forward to the NEC returning for quite some time, and we've not got what we all thought we would get, and we wanted the NEC New York side of it. But it's great to see this side of it, and hopefully, when we see the next stream, hopefully they fixed those lighting issues and the frame rate issues. Oh my God, they need to be fixed hard. But I absolutely enjoy driving this Amtrak's train. It's been 12 months since I've driven it, because it's been 12 months since I've played Train Sim World 1. And yeah, the NEC is one of the routes that I miss dearly. And I was absolutely thrilled about the Amtrak's train coming back in the game. And what sort of prompted me with the Amtrak's coming back into the game is when they had their rail festival here before they announced Rush Hour. I noticed that Amtrak's was amongst them, and I thought, oh, hang on, this is interesting. Amtrak's must be back now, must be coming back into the game. I thought, I had a feeling that Dovetail and Amtrak might have had a falling out. And that was the reason why the NEC wasn't run over originally, and they ended up saying, oh, we couldn't do it because it was on an old system. I was thinking maybe they've had a falling out and they're just covering their tracks, so they're going to just make out that it couldn't come over with the rest of the stuff from the original game. That is not the case. So I'm happy that is not the case because, yeah, they're back in the game here. We've got some stunning, beautiful trains coming in. We got the two cats coming in here, with which, as you guys know, if you're playing it on the Peninsula Corridor, it's an 1.5 hour route. But these cabs, these trains are absolutely stunning. But I can tell you that they are completely different than the ones that we have for the Peninsula Corridor, and I'll point out some things. This handle is a different color. This knob here is a little bit redesigned, as well as this has not got the red handle as well, so that is not there as well. This has been monetized as well. It's got the white instead of just like the color of the panel. This is different as well. Up here, I don't know what that is, and this is completely different as well. This is not actually. I see that there's a knowledge button there, so you can click that. Maybe you'll be able to click the knowledge button. There is all the ATC on and all that, access and all that on. I'm going to do the whole system, don't worry about that. And then you got the speedo there, and then you got the speed limit as well, speed limit, which is awesome. That will be in miles. So this definitely will be a route that I would be personally putting and leaving on as miles per hour, not kilometers per hour, because of the speed limiter just there. So that can give me a heads up. I'll be concentrating on that speed limiter, and then obviously the speed just here would be more sufficient. So it's definitely one. And then we've got the other side of the cab here inside the actual one level cab cars. This is the opposite side of it. If you're known to the Peninsula Corridor, you can drive both sides of it on the Peninsula Corridor with the two cat and the double cab cars. And the double cab, it's on the second level, not the first level, for the double cab car. It's very similar setup to that. It is a little bit more monetized more. It's obviously completely a little bit different. Obviously, you got here the valve here for freight, and it'll most likely be the freight and passenger valve. You got the handbrake there, the braking on there. Take that off. You got a pumper there. You got this is the lever to put it up faster. Reverse, brake and all, reverse and all that. I say. Looks like there could be a key maybe just there. I know there was a key that you could put in with the other one, with the Blizzard Corridor one. So it's very similar. You got the lights here, switch lights and all that, and HEP and all that is there as well. So it is absolutely stunning. I'm looking forward to it. There is new screenshots here. I've put in all the other screenshots as well amongst this mix. We've got the two carriages here. So they did say they had the cafe car on the Amtrak's train, so that's pretty cool. It'll be interesting. We'll go through the cabs as well. Then you got Forest Hills, just here going flying past Forest Hills with the Amtrak's. And look, I'll be really honest. I'll be taking the Amtrak's train first for a ride, and then I'll definitely be taking this one for a ride as well. Don't worry, we're going to be covering it all on our official launch live stream. Over 4 hours of fantastic gameplay, folks. It's going to be one of our biggest live streams of all time. And come on, we want over 2,500 views this time. We want more than 2,500 views. We want to break the DBBR 101's record. So come along, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn that notification bell on, and like us at Facebook, follow us at Twitter, and you can follow us also at Tumblr. And yeah, we have got a fantastic brand new train route to look forward to. It's the first official Dovetail launch since the Cav Cars, the awesome Cav Car Circle Lines release. I know Cane Creek got released, and that was the Skyhook Games release, folks. Not an actual Dovetail release. This is the first Dovetail release since the Cav Card Circle line, and we all know that the Cav Card Circle line was an awesome release. So, thank you very much for watching. This has been our latest Train Sim World 2 information update. I'm not sure how many more information updates I'll be bringing to you before the Rush Hour release, but this has been a big one, folks, and I hope you've enjoyed this one, and we will see you on the rails again soon. Thank you for watching. Check out our playlist for all the great action.